Hello everyone, once again Pairfect, the lifestyle online show, comes your way from the Daily Tribune studios in Makati City. I am Dinah Ventura, your host, welcoming you to this week's episode. So today, let's welcome Jespher Millano, founder of Anyo Restaurant and Bar Consulting Company. So, hello Jasper,
Hi, Miss
welcome
Dina.
to
Good afternoon.
Pairfect.
Thank you for having me here. And
Okay.
good afternoon, everyone.
So Jasper, bar and restaurant consulting, I suppose is a thing now, no?
Yes.
Because I see so many new restaurants and bars opening up na very unique yung concepts nila. So,
Yes.
well, tell us about your company.
Well, I founded Anyo like last year, April. It's fairly new.
Fresh.
Very fresh pa siya. So it mainly does concept development of restaurants and bars or any kind of like food service establishments. So more on the conceptualization, and that is backed by research and mga other things.
I suppose your experience then, ano, in the industry.
Yes.
That
I was
guides you.
actually a chef like before,
You
before the being a consultant for.
Okay, so maybe now is a good time to ask you how you started out in the food and beverage industry.
Yes. Well, super dati pala, like I started during college. I had my internship in Paris.
Okay.
So it's a one Michelin star restaurant in the Eiffel Tower.
Talaga? How did you
Yeah.
get there? How do
Actually,
you
it's
get
very
into a restaurant like that, diba?
yeah. I was one of the lucky few who was chosen because with Enderon colleges, they had this program, right,
I
of like going
see. Oo.
to different countries and especially France, where yung partner ng Enderon is
Ecole.
yung Ecole Ducasse.
Alright.
So yes, after that, I graduated and then I had my master's degree in Lyon, in France as well. I didn't actually know. I just knew na I would go to a master's degree
Okay.
and be like a master chef or something. But little did I know that the program is about like food establishment concept development. So there we studied more on sensorial experience, ano yung maiiba sa mga perception ng mga guests or diners, and also some branding
Yeah.
research as well.
Oo nga,
Things
no?
like that.
Kasi, di ba, a lot of people don't really think about what goes into the making of a restaurant. So basically, that's what you specialize in, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi lang naman people that just know about going into a restaurant and
Yeah.
ordering food and enjoying the food and the atmosphere, di ba? But
Yes.
I suppose there's a lot more that goes into it. So
Yeah.
please tell us,
It's
how does Anyo figure in all that?
Yes, it's a given. The restaurant or the bar should have like a very good selection of like food dishes as well as drinks. However, what we do here in Anyo is more on um, fueling the recognition nung place, as well as amplifying yung message ng
Okay.
restaurant. So it's not just about the food and the drinks, but also for the experience of each and every customer or guests na
Okay.
pupunta dun sa.
Okay.
So I've learned this actually 3 years ago during the pandemic. Unfortunately, I was unemployed the whole stretch ng 2020.
Oo.
And then I was looking for a remote work. Luckily, I was working. I had a job a remote job in Malaysia, which does concept development.
Okay.
So
In the
this-
food business also?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had clients in China, Southeast Asia, and Middle East that does more on concept development ng mga restaurants. And I thought to myself, like 2 years ago, probably I can do this on my own. And yeah, so
So
yun.
you did. You just
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Okay. So parang, ano na, you've shelved your dream of being a master chef.
something like that.
For now,
For now, yes,
okay.
yes.
So, syempre in your line of work, you observe and you study and you research on mga restaurant concepts and dining concepts and themes. So, what can you tell us about the current trends or themes that, or how has the hospitality, restaurant, and bar industry grown in the last decade, according to your
Oh, wow.
studies?
Well, it has changed completely now. So one of the very big news now or in the past few years is that all-day dining in hotels is already dead.
All-day dining?
Yes.
Talaga?
Kasi people tend to go breakfast and that's free. However, lunch and dinner, they tend to be empty. Kasi they want to experience a new guests who are in the hotel or
Yeah.
locals wanted to experience new kind of concepts or things like that. When it comes to bars naman, we are seeing trends of having mocktails,
Okay.
non-alcoholic beverages or low alcohol percentage beverages. And yeah.
Bakit kaya, no? Mocktails?
Yeah,
Why would people go to bars for mocktail?
that is true. Sabi nila, like there is an increasing number of people who just wants to
Hang out.
out and experience the
The
vibe, the
place.
ambience without without the commitment of being drunk.
Getting drunk.
Yes, of getting drunk.
Oh, that's good. Yung parang, so bars really are a social venue na. Hindi siya, it's not like before, no? Yung long time ago when people just go to bars, even alone, di ba?
Yes.
And drink.
Yes, yes.
Now
yes,
it's
yes.
a place to, you're saying it's a place to
Pwede rin naman.
gather or
yes.
just hang out.
Pwede rin naman. So, yun nga, we specialize each and every individual, whether if it's a group, na their touch points are looked at, and kung ano yung mabibigay natin sa kanila na experience na bagay doon sa touch point na, or sa place na yun. Also, when you're alone, there is also a specific type of experience that certain individual can experience. Maybe they can go alone sa bar and then talk to the bartender or have other experience that can be specifically just for an individual.
Okay. So earlier you were talking about your training, your education,
Yes.
how you were prepared for this kind of work. Can you talk more about it? Parang ma-share natin sa viewers what kind of experience did you get and that made you end up being a consultant for the food and beverage industry.
Yeah. So before I was working as a chef. I learned all of the operations, how to go around the kitchen, even service restaurants. So I've experienced the like how to be, how to receive complaints, how to receive mga comments na hindi masyadong maayos. Also, not just with guests, but also with coworkers, mga
Staff.
chefs or staff. So I've learned the true, like, how to be very hospitable towards
Okay.
others.
Okay.
And that's after being a chef, or during actually 2018, 2019, I was working as well as a chef instructor for a hotel and school hybrid here in BGC. So there I was doing like curriculums and teaching students, and of course sharing my knowledge and on overall kitchen operations. After that, 2020, I was unemployed because of the pandemic.
Yes.
And then I was a consultant for a sustainability firm in Bangkok.
Sustainability firm.
Yes, for restaurants.
Okay.
So what they do is they reduce food waste. They have certain points na
Nice.
kailangan i-follow ng certain restaurants so that they can be certified. So after that, I did the concept development firm in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So here nga, my boss is very, very kind and very generous to give me all the knowledge that I need, and also the process on doing this conceptualization. yeah, so we studied all of the trends, ano yung mga, in terms of our clients, what are their competition, ano yung positioning, ano yung pricing.
Daming considerations pala na.
Yes. So, SWOT analysis, what are the benchmarks? Yeah, so things like that.
So those are the things that you do for your clients.
Yes, yes.
Basically. Okay. So in your experience also, what kind of concepts work nowadays here sa country natin? I'm sure it's different for each country.
It is, yeah, that's true. It actually depends on the specific city. So, for example, I have a client now in Legazpi, in Albay. So we are doing some sort of, we are looking if that place is, or the market is ready for different kind of concept. If it's not, then ano naman, sayang
Adjust.
naman. Adjust tayo. Kasi overall, the bottom line is to gain profit for the owners, right?
Of course.
And then, of course, we need to adjust for the market and its experience, and for the clients, its clients' experiences, and yeah. So iba-iba siya in each city.
Pero
So,
anong concepts, like how different are the ideas that are coming up now compared to, let's say, before pandemic lang, just a few years ago?
Well,
Masyadong
yes.
radical ba yung change?
Hindi naman. It's just that we are highlighting and we are highlighting and underlining yung customer experience, because there are a lot of business owners, restaurant owners that tend, I want a bar, I want a restaurant, right? So, and then they will just put up a bar or restaurant if ever they have the means, right? But they didn't have the opportunity to do some insights kung ano yung ma-experience ng market, what would make them go sa restaurant kahit na masarap yung food, masarap yung beverage, and you know, lahat na, it should be a complete package, from the ambiance, the interior, the story, especially the story, the brand, as well as the service, for sure. So yun. Yeah.
I noticed that also. I think what appeals to the market nowadays is yon, you were saying the story. Kasi parang it's so hard now because there are so many places to go. Diba? So it should, like, there should be something about that place that would make you want to go there.
Yes, that is
Diba?
true. Yes. So, yun nga, people tend to go to restaurants because they're hungry, or
Yeah,
they're,
you eat,
however,
you drink,
once they choose, sometimes parang, okay, when they're craving for this, however, we should add another layer of storytelling and customer experience, to para naman they would be loyal, and they would feel something memorable, exactly. They would feel na they are well taken care of, and you know, felt the hospitality and yung service, and
Tama.
yeah.
Well, what have been some of your projects that you can tell us about na medyo ganyan yung story? Parang nalagyan ninyo ng that added value of
Yes. I have a client in Makati, Poblacion. It's named Virtue and Vice. So it is fairly new. It was just opened last year. So the concept is that it is a contrast, because there's a 5th and 6th floor. So yung Virtue and Vice. Yeah. So wala siyang elevator. So
wow! Okay, climb up to the 5th
Pero
floor.
ayun nga, so we talk about how would we welcome these our guests, right? So free water, free cold water pagdating, and then super great service and everything. So this one is, yung concept niya is, it's a sort of a contrast between two concepts, virtue and vice, or like a juxtapose between speakeasy bar, a quiet bar that's good for conversation, that's good for chilling. And sa baba, sa fifth floor naman, it's more on party, like
Okay.
hard music, hard liquor, and yeah, so
Yun yung vice.
yun yung vice
Okay.
sa baba. So, and then yung virtue yung more on
Heaven and
cocktails,
earth. Oh.
heaven and earth, something like that. Yes. Also, there's another one in Dubai. So it's located in Dubai Mall. I was working under level studio here when I was working in remotely working in Malaysia. So this is a Japanese restaurant na more eclectic, more sophisticated, and more modern. Na hindi lang siya it's
Hindi
not
yung
just a
traditional.
traditional Japanese. So there are stuff that are like sa food merong mga theatrics, and then of course on top of the good food, we looked at the interiors, how would it fit sa market sa Dubai, and especially in that very prime location in Dubai Mall.
Okay. O sige, we'll talk more about those things and other concepts
Yes.
when we return after a short break.
This break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag bigger, better, younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you. A wellness show dedicated to empowering viewers with the knowledge and inspiration needed to lead a healthy lifestyle. Be Well Now, hosted by Miss Cory Crino, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Alamin ang pinakamaiinit na balita at mahalagang issue na bumabalot ngayon sa ating bansa. Ating pag-usapan, blow by blow, dito lang sa Hot Patatas, kasama sila Chicky Mangkukang, Vernon Velasco at Gio Leaño. Tuwing Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes, alas 3 ng hapon, dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Conversations that are masterclasses from the top honchos of various industries. Learn from their strategies and insights so you yourself can unlock your full potential. Pairfect every Friday at 2 p.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Creative minds, entertainment icons, style influencers. We shine the spotlight on remarkable individuals who shape our cultural landscape. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. only here in Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Parayan at talakayang showbiz times 2, doble-doble! Kasama ang dalawa sa walang kupas na talakayan ng showbiz, Alwin Ignacio at Alex Brosas. DTT Show, tuwing Sabado at Linggo, alas 4 ng hapon, dito lang sa Diaryo Tirada ng Daily Tribune. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
And we're back on Pairfect. We're still here with Jespher Millano. So, why Anyo? Why the name?
Oh, the name. So Anyo is actually a amalgamation of my middle and last name.
Okay.
So my middle name is Aniel, and my last name is Millano. So pinagsama ko siya. Actually,
Anyo.
yeah,
Nice.
it's actually like a very long process of the name nung kung paano ko siya ginawa. So I didn't want something very sort of conventional na
Yes.
parang something na noun with an adjective, or I wanted to be special. So Anyo is
Akala ko
perfect.
nga restaurant chef.
Pwede,
diba?
maybe
Pwede.
soon.
Okay. So, di ba you told me you were your chef. So,
Yeah.
what do you specialize in?
More on French and Filipino cuisine. I was classically French trained,
Okay.
and I also had some Creole and Cajun experience when I was working in Louisiana, in New Orleans.
Okay. So, talagang diverse ang iyong
Yeah.
influences. Interesting. If you put up your own restaurant, di ba? What kind of restaurant would it be?
It will be more on an upper casual restaurant, French and Filipino concept. Yeah, so it will be, specializing in local ingredients, but with French techniques
Okay.
and French techniques and French dishes.
Styles. Oh. So, outside of your work as a consultant, what are your personal preferences? What for you would be a perfect place
Perfect place.
to
Like-
go to now? Parang
Now.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So, if you ask me for my comfort food, as a chef, I always tell it's pretty simple. A good fried chicken in a fast food restaurant is perfect for me. However, when people try to ask me what are the good places for for a dinner night or a date or
Yeah,
something like that, so it can mean like anong gusto mong experience? What kind of ambience do you want? Do you want something very romantic but very local? So we have one of my favorite place is Gubat in UP.
Ah, yes, I've heard of that
Yes,
place.
it's super good, and the ambiance is just perfect. It's outdoors, and magkakamay ka lang, and
so
but
you
the
can
food
be
is really
yourself, parang ganon.
good. Exactly. Or
Walang
when
pretensions. Ganyan.
yes. Or if you want to go to a speakeasy bar, there's a lot in Poblacion, La Vie and Rose, for example, or Virtue and Vice.
Of course, virtue and vice.
And yeah, or if we go to a more sophisticated one, then we go to Gallery by Chef Chele, or we go to Metronome by yeah.
Oo nga. Iba-iba yung ambiance nila, no? Pero I noticed a common thread there. It's like it's on its own. It's like a standalone place. So, wala na yung dati, di ba? Parang when people went out, punta sila sa mall, punta sila sa hotels, ganon. Now, it's like they want to explore neighborhoods, no?
Yes. Yes.
So, unusual.
Yes. People if people see the establishment as something that is worth going for or worth making the trip for, then they would always come back regardless of the distance.
Distance. Oo nga.
So if it's a special occasion or they just wanna experience it again, then,
Tama, oo nga. Napansin ko rin yun. Pero for you, like, what should a business have to make it last? And make it successful and to make it last? Parang anong dapat meron sila?
well, I would say a perfect service. Food comes next, and the service and the food is sort of like it encapsulates by the experience of the customer. So, kahit na super sarap ng food mo, kahit na super sarap ng beverage, if the service is not that good, hindi
ka na babalikan.
Hindi na tayo babalikan kasi it's more personal. It's more more personal, more in yeah. And when I was saying about like the customer experience, so the ambience must be good, the music, everything must fit, everything must be consistent.
What about price?
Ang price kasi, it is sort of like your position, right, sa market, whether you position yourself as something na that depends on your competition. So you have
Right.
the lower or the higher. It really, regardless if your price mo is low or high, as long as you keep on getting customers or guests,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's negligible.
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
yeah, the price is something na you position yourself so that you know that there is a market na pupunta sa place mo.
Okay. So, dapat sigurado ka sa
Yes,
market mo. And
that's
you
why
should.
research is important.
Is very
yeah.
important. So how do you see the restaurant and bar industry developing this year based on like what went on last year?
Oh, after the pandemic, our F&B industry has skyrocketed. Like,
I agree.
yes, a lot of concepts have been opening here and there around the country. So people tend ever since the pandemic, yung revenge eating, revenge going out, yung mga revenge na yan. So there is a growing demand for it. So yeah, what we need is something that a concept that can last and that can work in your market and that can speak to the customers, not just through taste but also kung ano yung experience
The
talaga.
total
The
experience.
total experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oo nga, no. It's a good thing that you're putting the focus on that because a lot, well, there are some restaurants na ang sarap nga ng food pero it's not a nice experience na
Yes.
to eat there. Oh, that's a good one. So on that note, like, what advice would you like to give business owners who are in this industry, and what can you say? What can you tell them to in order to like last or at least thrive in a very competitive industry
Yes.
now? Tipo, ang dami na
That
ngayon
is
eh.
true. I would say na don't just try to go into the industry head on. I always say that no, there is a saying that planning is 50% of the whole thing, right? And executing is the half. So pre-plan, research, know your market, know where you're positioned in terms of pricing,
Right.
know your story, what will you tell to your customers, what will you tell to your guests, know kung ano yung mafe-feel nila once na they have touch points, for example, on your website, reserving for tables, during eating, during drinking, up until umalis na sila and then nakita na nila yung internet, yung website mo. So all of those is the whole complete package. Dapat consistent, and it's not just about the food or the beverage.
Yes, that is very clear talaga na it's a whole package, and I think it's important that business owners should pay attention to the details, di ba?
Yes.
All those things, and consistency, as you were saying.
Yes, consistency. That is true.
Okay, so thank you, Jespher. Dami ko natutunan. And is there anything else that you would like to say to our viewers today? Maybe invite them to...
Yes, please, thank you for the ones who've watched and who will watch. Please follow my Instagram page at ANO, AANO_concepts on Instagram, as well as on Facebook, or on my personal page at Jespher Millano, JESPHERMILLANO. And yeah, thank you everyone again for listening and tuning in. And thank you, Miss Dinah, for hosting and such a great opportunity.
We missed you, Jojo, again. So hopefully you can come back and tell us more about your adventures in the F&B world. Baka maging baka yung new restaurant mo na ang pag-usapan natin next time.
Let's see.
Anyway, so thank you very much, Jespher Millano. Thank you, mga katribu, for tuning in. Again, I'm Dinah Ventura, and this has been Pairfect.